As a teenager, we always have to find a way to express ourselves. And for me, I think identity is something that I can really bring out to the people and to the world. I considered it as an expression, and identity for me is very important because that's what really defines a certain person. And since I have lived in India from 9 to 14, and I learned a lot from that country. I had a better living, I had a better schooling. I consider my country as an identity, and it's India. My parents are originally from Bhutan, but due to some political issues, they had to leave Bhutan. So they moved to Nepal and they settled there in a refugee camp.
I am born and brought up in Bhutan. By its rule, by its tradition, and I was a high school student. So as a true student, as a true citizen, I feel very bitter to come out of my country. When I am coming out of my country, I could not see my future. I was aimless. I was like a wanderer. I did not have any destination where to go and live.
म भुटानमा जन्मेको हुँ। मेरो नाम गंगा शर्मा हो। म भुटानमा गृहस्थी मेरो नानीहरू सुखाले पालिएको थियौँ। भुटान गृहस्थी खेतीपाती गरेर खाइरहेको थियौँ र भुटान सरकारले 81 हामीहरूलाई खेदेपछि हामीहरू कहाँ जाउँ भन्ने भयो।
Fortunately, the UNHCR, the international agency, were so kind enough to give us shelter, food, and then clothing in a third country called Nepal. Although we got the basic necessities, that was not enough for a big family like us. I had to work and then study at the meantime, because I was just high school pass out from Bhutan, and then I had my wife. Also, I started having children, so I had to go out of the camp to earn my living.
I was born in Nepal in 1995. In Nepal, we basically lived in a camp, in a refugee camp. So our living was not really good. It was not proper. We had a very bad environmental conditions, and there were many diseases from that condition. So we had a very poor living, and the schooling was also not really good. People who were thrown out of Bhutan and who had to stop their schooling were the teachers. So they taught us whatever they knew and nothing else. So we didn't really know what else existed beyond what they taught us.
18 वर्ष नेपाल बस्दाखेरि हामीले दुःख पायौँ। हामीलाई 5 केजी चामलले पुग्दै थियो, रासन पानी पुग्दैन थियो, कमाउने पैसा थिएन हाम्रो, काम गर्न जाने दिँदैन थियो र हामीहरू मेरो जसो पनि दुःख भुक्ता गरेर एउटा छोरालाई अगाडि पठाएँ मैले। अमेरिका आयो, अमेरिकाबाट हामीले अलि पैसा दियो, छोराले पैसा पठाएर हामी इन्डिया सर्यौँ, सानो सानो घर बनायौँ, नानीहरू पढ्न पाए इन्डियामा, त्यहाँ राम्रो पढाइ छैन नेपालमा।
In India, we had a better living compared to Nepal. We had a better house, better environment, and we also went to a better school.
When we were living in India, we heard that some of the international organizations were resettling Bhutanese refugees in the US. And even though we were living in India, we still were considered as Bhutanese refugees. And as my dad was always concerned about our future, we planned to move to America.
Since I'm born in Bhutan, I'm brought up in Bhutan, I got my schooling in Bhutan. I had the smell of the soil of Bhutan. I proudly feel to say that I am Bhutanese.
म भुटानमा जन्मेको अझै पनि मलाई भुटानको माया लाग्छ भुटान जन्मथलो हो गर्व मेरो हुन्छ भुटानको धेरै धेरै माया लाग्छ र म भुटनिज हो
Sometimes when I talk to my parents and tell them that I identify myself as Indian, they feel a bit scared. They are scared because all the documents in here says that I'm a Bhutanese refugee. They don't really enforce me to say that I'm a Bhutanese refugee, but they do feel offended.
I am Hindu. Hinduism plays an important role in my life. Even though my family has been moving from one place to another looking for a better life, Hinduism acts like a thread that connects all those places that I have lived in. In Hindu religion, there is a god named Krishna who is very well known for taking different forms with different names, and I feel I can relate to him because I was born in Nepal and then I moved to India for a better living, and now I'm here in New York. So I feel I am also taking different forms with different identities, just like a Hindu god Krishna.